Welcome to Mindset Monday. Hope you are doing fantastical. Yay, Chloe says, I have my notifications on. Yes, love it. So glad to hear that the notifications are working. Sometimes people say that they have them on and it doesn't let them know. So if you're here, welcome. And hopefully you have your notifications on and they are delivering to you. So, hello everybody. Welcome to my Mindset Monday. I'm so good at talking. Let's see who we got in the chat. Let me pull this chat up. We got Katie, Mimi, Shandini, hello. Ashley, California Breeze, I love it. August, hi August. Froggets in the building, love it. Chloe, Hilson, hello. Bryce, Judy, hello Judy. It's been a while. Good to see you. Michelle, Bert, Shantae, you stay. We got Becky. We got Naima. Hello. Naima, it's your 40th birthday. Yes. Congratulations. Happy birthday. You are just a few months older than me. I will be 40 in 2 months and 4 days. So congrats to all the 83 babes. Oh my gosh. Everybody born in 1983 who's turning 40 this year. I love you. And let's let this be our best year ever. So congratulations. I'm glad you're spending it with us. Tam, happy Labor Day. Oh, I forgot. It was Labor Day. I got married over Labor Day weekend. So to me, that's what this weekend is. It's my anniversary weekend. And I completely forget that it's anything, it's anything else to do with any other people. But yes, happy Labor Day. Serena, hello. Sebastian, welcome. Thank you. You said my hair, it's been so long and my hair looks so long and pretty. Thank you, Sebastian. I know my hair is almost longer than the screen. It is, isn't it? Yes, my hair goes past the screen. That's amazing. That's what not straightening and not dyeing will do. Not dyeing. No, yeah. Not straightening, not dyeing it will help it grow, apparently. You mean not bleaching it to oblivion? Oblivion's going to help it grow? Who knew? We got Kello Pop-Tart. Hello, Marcel. Michelle. I already said Michelle, but hello again, Michelle. Rasha. We got Mesh. We got Miriam. Hello. Kello Pop-Tart, I love you, says, I ordered my chili today. Thank you, boo. I appreciate you. Let me just, let me grab Miss Leanne. Serena says, I just realized my birthday's in 10 days. Yes, so we have so many birthdays coming around. So I just wanted to, thank everybody for being here. It is chili crunch time. We're in the official chili crunch. So I'm going to wait till Leanne pops on, but I'm going to do a little something special today. Oh, there she is. Hello, Leanne. So what I'm doing today is a little special, is a little different. I am going to remember back how Mindset Monday where I used to answer questions, like that's all I did was answer questions. What I'm going to do today is, because we have 3 days left to order chili. We have till Thursday the 7th is our final day, okay? So and we still need like 200 orders. I'm going into like overdrive over the next 4 days. Or 3 days. I'm going to go live on every platform that I can twice a day. So I'm going to go live on Instagram after, or no. I'm going to go live on TikTok after this. But the thing is that we have only a few days left and we've got to get all these sold. And I know it's going to happen. I know it's going to happen. It's not a question. It's just like, we got to get this done. And so here's what I'm doing. Every chili purchase that happens during this live stream, if you purchase a chili during this live stream, forward your receipt to hello@roxytalks.com. Leanne will let me know in the chat that you have purchased the chili, and I will answer any manifestation question, even SP questions. So if you've been wanting to ask a question from me, if you've been missing me answering questions, if you have an SP question, a guaranteed way to get a question answered, purchase a chili, chillosaurusrex.com. You can also scan the little doodad in the corner, forward your receipt to hello@roxytalks.com. And Leanne will let me know that you are ready to get a question answered. So that's what I'm doing today. So if you're interested, you can have your question answered via this this little deal we've got going on. So in the meantime, what I did want to talk about today is the idea of really kind of coming together and balancing. Yes, I love how the QR code shows us when someone scans. The idea of balancing who you are, where you want to go, all the things that you have to do, what's on the agenda for your current self and your ideal self, and thinking about where you are or how you are going to navigate being the person that does all of the things, being the person that chases all the dreams, being the person that achieves all of it. The winner from the masterclass drawing, yes, that was Jaya. So Jaya has been notified, and she won the giveaway from the masterclass. Thank you, Mimi, for asking. Hi, Tiffany. Oh my gosh. Tiffany, I love you says, I posted a chili video on my TikTok. Over 240 people already saw it. Tiffany, I love you so much. Thank you. That's so kind of you. I'm going to screenshot that. Thank you, Tiffany. So if you're just now joining us, I am answering questions for anyone that purchases a chili during this live stream. If you purchase a chili and you forward your email, your receipt to hello@roxytalks.com, then I will answer a question, any question, even if an SP question, just because we're like on the cusp, or we're like pushed up against the wall. We've got to make this happen, and I know we're going to. So thinking about all of your dreams, all of the things that you want to manifest, because I know, there's not just one thing that we all want. We don't just want one manifestation. There's not just one thing that's going to ultimately make us happy. There's not just like one thing that is the answer to everything. And even if there were just one thing, once you get that one thing, then there's going to be more things that come up, right? It's just it's human nature. We're always moving forward, and we're also always going to be fulfilling desires and then launching new desires, right? Launching rockets of desire, as Esther Hicks put it. Hi, Luna. Welcome. So there's something that kind of happens as you go down this road. Hi, Anna, all the way from Romania. Hello. As you go down the road of conscious creator, of building the lifestyle that you want, of manifesting your dreams, of creating your dream life, of monetizing your talents, whatever it is, when we're creating beyond just like, oh, I want this text message, or I want this thing, and we start looking at our ability to really shape our entire world, and you're looking at the possibility that is at your fingertips as a human being, the elevation process of who you are is necessary, right? Sebastian says, can I buy a chili in the UK? Yes, you can. And they ship there. So please, Sebastian, if you'd like to have a question answered, all chili purchases today, if you during this live stream, if you purchase a chili, forward us your receipt, hello@roxytalks.com. Leanne will let me know in the chat that we're ready to have a question, and I will answer whatever question you have. Even if it's SP related, even if it's not. Mesh says, chili for sale. Yes, chili is for sale. I know. And it's like, I am straight up peddling my wares, like for real. I'm a Renaissance woman. I am an artist, and this is part of my empire. Toys are a dream of my husband and mine to create together. So this is our very first toy, our very first stuffed animal. We're so proud of it. We're so proud of her. And we're going to do whatever it takes to get her made and into the world. So anyone that is looking for, well, first of all, a beautiful Valentine's Day gift for yourself or someone else in your family or your loved ones, that's when she'll be shipped, because it's pre-sale right now. And I answer your question if you have one today. So if you want to scan the Duty Bobby or chillosaurusrex.com, you can also find her there. So understand that as you are selecting your new reality, right? As you are elevating into that next layer of your manifestation, the next layer of your being, of your reality, there is going to be different expectations of you. You're going to have to behave and perform in a different way. You're going to have to perform and behave at a different level. You're going to have to update and upgrade who you are and how you show up in the world, right? It's a balancing act. It's juggling. I just saw the temperance card in my head. It's like some of this and some of that. It's a little bit of focus and mindset and energetic work. And then it's also the action and stepping into new roles and being a different person and trusting yourself in new ways. Leanne says, I just pulled that card last night. I'm not surprised. I feel like so many of us right now are on this elevation journey. So many of us right now are working to step into that next level, whatever that is, whatever that manifestation looks like for you, whether that's in your personal life, in your relationships, whether that's with your relationship to yourself, whether that's with your relationships to your colleagues or to your audience, to your customers, to your clients, to your kids, to your partner, to your parents. Even your relationship to your reality, your relationship to your truth, your relationship to your story, your relationship to what you believe in. Leanne says, I feel what you're saying. Doing what you've always done just won't work anymore when you start elevating. Exactly. And the reason why is because if you think about it, the reality that you're in right now is manifesting on autopilot. You are manifesting your current today reality on autopilot without realizing it, right? So everything that you do that is of norm right now and you're who you are is only going to get you this reality. And in order to have your ideal reality mirrored back to you, or even a different reality mirrored back to you, you have to take different steps and different actions, because the reality where you're just naturally manifesting what you want on autopilot, again, the reality where you're naturally manifesting what you want on autopilot, those actions are what's making that reality come about, right? So you want to find that, figure out what you're doing over there, and then apply those actions, apply those beliefs, apply that mindset to what you're doing today, and start swapping out the ideas, the beliefs, the actions, the habits, swapping out what you do now for what you would be doing in your ideal reality as much as possible. Otherwise, you're going to keep staying where you are, right? I just saw Judy Baby talking about 444. I'm wearing my 444 necklace right now. Dave, hi Dave, welcome. So yeah, what we're doing right now, if you're just joining the live stream, anybody that if you purchase a chili during this live stream, you can scan the little code right here or chillosaurusrex.com and email us or forward us your receipt. Then I will answer any question here on the live chat. If it's SP related, if it's, whatever it's related, money, energetics, mindset, 360, whatever it is, I'll answer it on the chat. Shandini says, I'm ready for the next level and I will persist until it's done. I'm over with the old story. And that brings up another aspect to this is we're never done. You're never done. And you're always essentially working towards the next level. We're kind of always on a staircase. You know what I mean? We're always moving forward. We're always taking steps, which means that we're always moving. So you said, I will persist until it's done. Yes, you'll persist until you get there, but also you're going to keep persisting after that, right? You're going to keep persisting even beyond that, because once you get to that next level, your next level you wants its own next level. Your next level you is not satisfied with the status quo, because you're not satisfied with the status quo. And I have learned that this is something that is I would say maybe a character trait, right? if you're somebody that is seeking out self-fulfillment, self-actualization, self-growth, usually it seems, and I'm like this myself, so tell me if this is you as well, type it in the chat, but it's like we're always on that journey. I've been fascinated by self-help books since I was a kid, and I didn't even know what it was. I didn't understand what it was, but something about it, I just was drawn to that section of the bookstore. I just was like, self-help, like, what's that? That sounds awesome. I don't know, but there's something about just the idea of getting yourself where you want to go that has always piqued my interest, right? So I'm going to always purchase coaching. I'm always going to have coaching. I'm always going to invest in the next level because I've lived my life without coaching, and I've also been living my life consistently with coaching for years now. So I've lived with a coach for over 3 years, and I lived 37 years without a coach. And I'm like, I'm always going to have a coach. And I'm always going to be bettering myself. I'm always going to be investing in courses and classes because I want to improve always. But that's me, right? And I feel like that's a lot of us. Dina, you're in Florida right now? Dina, that's so weird. Remember the other day I was like, I feel like you're going to come to LA soon. And now you're in Florida. That's crazy. Not that they're close, but like similar vibes. And we're traveling. Tam says, I've been on this journey for many years. I've probably read every self-help book out there. And you'll probably continue to read them because that's who you are. Your goal in life is always to be better, right? Like I know you through coaching, and what I've seen from you is that like when you want something, you're going to go do it. And also what I've also seen from you is as soon as you start doing something, you have like the next idea and you're like, "Oh wait, I got to go after this now too." And that's why I resonate with you so much because I'm the same way. As soon as we start inching toward one goal, we're like, oh, wait, we need to take this out even farther. And so like the mile marker always is always continuing to move forward, right? It's just consistently pushing forward more and more and more. And if that's you, if you've been on your journey for a while, if you're the type of person, Leanne says, yep, I've been into self-help forever. Mimi says, yes, me too. Yes. Um, it's a lifestyle, right? It's a dedication to always getting to the next level for yourself, always being better and better. So if you have a question you would like me to answer, what I'm doing today, because I'm in my final days of being able to sell my Chillosaurus Rex, if you want a question answered, everybody who purchases a Chillosaurus Rex during this live stream, if you forward your email, or excuse me, forward your receipt to hello@roxytalks.com, Leanne will let me know in the chat, and then I will answer any question that you have, even if it's specific person related. So right now, guaranteed question answer: purchase a chili because we're down to the wire, and we got 3 days left. And so, what is the last day for chili? It is September 7th. September 7th. That's Thursday. Thursday is the last day. Okay, Thursday is the last day. So that's what I'm doing right now. Is if you want a question answered, then purchase a chili and I'll answer your question. That's what we're doing. Tommy, hello. Amy, hello. Lebo, hello. Insomnia, hello. A human, hello. Bryce, did you order yours? You did. Did you forward your email to hello@roxytalks.com? I mean, forward your receipt. I keep saying your email, but forward your receipt. Bryce says, order my chili, but just listening to other questions. I appreciate you, Bryce. Yeah. If you have a question, if something comes up, forward it to hello@roxytalks.com and I got you. You're on the list. Get a question answered. Lebo, hello. You said it. Oh my gosh, it's almost midnight where you are. You're in South Africa. Hello, welcome. You said what I'm taking from today's message is the old story doesn't exist and being consistent is key. And you know what's so funny about that today? Or what's so funny about that is that today in my meditation, they told me to watch my own old videos, which I don't know if you know me, I I almost cannot listen to myself. Like I don't like the sound of my own voice, like when I'm talking. So it's hard for me to listen to my own videos. So I don't do that. It's not something I do normally. But they were like, listen to your old videos. So I started listening to my old videos today. And the very first one that I just randomly picked, because I went way, way, way back, was about consistency and showing up, right? And how important consistency is. And this really is the answer to really anything. Is like, if you want to grow, if you want to ascend, if you want to change your life, you have to act consistently in alignment with the you that you are aspiring to be. Bryce says, I don't know what to ask. That's okay. If something comes to you, drop it in the chat. If you're, have any issues that you're struggling with manifesting right now, if you want any clarity, if you're, like, and then Bryce, I don't know your story, but also, if you have any questions about, like, one of the things I love talking about is monetizing your passions or bringing in money for, what you love to do, your art or whatever. So if you have any questions about that, any of that stuff, I'm here for you. So if you have a question, here's what I'm doing today. I'm only answering questions. This is just what I'm doing, period. Like it or love it or hate it, I don't care. With love. If you purchase a chili, chillisourcerex.com, or scan the little code in the corner, purchase a chili, and then forward your receipt to hello@roxytalks.com. If you purchase a chili during this live stream, forward your email, then I'll answer your question. And it could be about whatever, even SP. But that's how I'm doing it today because, hey, we got to get these chilies sold, and I'm playing hardball. And it's just for this Monday. It's just for this live stream right now. Lucida, welcome. I love how we have so many BBD fam in the house. We got Synergy fam in the house. We got 360 fam in the house. August says, I love looking back on old journal entries and seeing everything I've overcome and which fears/limiting beliefs are still there. Love that. Love that. Love that. And that gives you such a great perspective on, like, what you can work on next and how you can how you can address how those limiting beliefs are affecting today's problem, right? Because, like, the limiting beliefs are kind of always the same throughout your life, is what I've noticed. Sebastian, you got one, yes. Forward your receipt to hello@roxytalks.com and I will answer your question. Lucida says, you won't regret buying a chili. I know, I'm so excited. She's going to be in the world. We're going to sell all of them. It is the time to, like, jump on it. And I love and appreciate you so much. We've got to get this beautiful being into the world. Oh yeah, Leanne says new game plan for September just dropped in BBD. Yeah, so if you're in the Big Beautiful Dreams Club, bigbeautiful.dreams.com, we just dropped the September game plan, okay? So this month's game plan is it's practical and it's mindset, but it's very practical in the sense that it's going to help you move forward when you feel kind of lost, when you feel kind of jumbled, when you feel discombobulated. So I was noticing that a lot of the members inside of Big Beautiful Dreams Club were struggling with, like, I have so many things I don't know what to do next. I have all these niches and I'm not sure which one to focus on now, or I have all these interests and I'm not sure which one to devote time to. I want to make money here, but I don't know how to, like, start, or I'm having trouble sticking to my plan once I start it. Like, I'm starting to monetize my passions, but then I'm having trouble sticking to it, right? So with the September game plan, I really wanted to create something that was going to help you have a tangible path from A to Z to actually really, like, work on making these impossible dreams a reality. Yes, Shandini says, I feel on track with the September game plan. Yes. Gotta get a screenshot. Cool. Awesome. So really thinking about how becoming your ideal version and living the ideal life that you want comes from two parts, right? It comes from the energetic work, the mindset work, the thoughts that you have going through your head every day, the definition of yourself, who you think you are, what you think is possible for you, what you think is coming down the line for you, what you expect, what you think is hard, what you think is easy, the standards that you set for yourself, the habits that you stick to, the standards that you hold yourself to. All of that stuff is like the one part of it, right? And then the second part of everything is the actions. It's what you actually do. It's the things that you carry out in your real world. That is what is going to the combination of these two. The idea that you can, that you're capable, that you are the one, that you are badass, that you are blessed and gifted and supported in every way, that it's easy for you, that it's gonna happen no matter what, whatever it is. Plus taking the actions of the person that is living that reality, being the person who that's their truth. That is actually what's going on in their life, is they are manifesting that. They are experiencing that. It is their reality. Good night, Tommy. I'm glad you're able to pop in. So thinking about how you're able to hold all these pieces together, how you're able to maintain the mindset of this version of you, of this next level version of you that you have quote unquote yet to see, right? Like, we're also kind of swimming upstream while swimming downstream at the same time, because you're I'm going to use the word fighting, but we're fighting against our thoughts, right? You're fighting against your own thoughts, but you're also leaning into the universe, and you're leaning into the energy, and you're leaning into co-creation, and you're allowing yourself to be taken with the inspiration. Sebastian, yep, that's it. Forward your receipt to hello@roxytalks.com. And Leanne will let me know when she's got it, and then I will answer your question. Bryce, did you forward your email? Did you forward your email to Leanne? Amy, I so appreciate you. Thank you, Amy. You're so kind and generous. You said, thank you for talking about action. So many coaches say no action is needed. And I say, yes, there is. So this is my, okay, so we got Sebastian and Bryce. Okay, thank you. Thanks, Leanne. Let me just address this from Amy real fast. Thank you, Amy. This is the way I want to look at it, right? And I put this in a post yesterday on Instagram, and somebody was like, well, what? And the real thing is like, even if you do manifest the reality or the opportunity or the thing happening, you still have to act within it. You still have to like move the energy, right? So whether we're talking about like, do you have to take action before you manifest something, or whether we're talking about the action that you take once something is manifested, either way, you still have to act in accordance with the reality, right? So if you're manifesting, let's say that you're a musician and you want to manifest a music career and everybody knows your name, right? Is action required? Well, yeah, because you at the very least you have to make the music. And I know this firsthand, okay? Cuz I've been working on my album for years. I'm literally taking off this month of November because to finish it. I've been working on it for so long, and I still have to take an entire month off. But that's your warning. Me and Tiffany decided this together. I'm going to take the month of November off to finish my album. But listen, action, right? Like, I have work to do in order to put my album out. Now, can I manifest lots of fans, lots of views, lots of spins, a great successful piece of work, people loving my music, everybody knowing it, my music going worldwide? Can I manifest that? Of course I can, but I can't do that without actually having any music, right? And I know that again because I've been working on this forever. This is my lifelong journey. right? So it's the same thing about taking action. It's like you at the very least need to move your energy out of who you were and move your energy into who you are or who you want to be, right? Oh, Falguni says I was waiting to buy chili until I moved into my new place. I will now. Please listen, Falguni, please do. Hey, I'm here for you. If you purchase your chili while I'm on this live stream, forward your receipt to hello@roxytalks.com and I'll answer any question, including SP questions or whatever. I got you. So that's what we're doing today because we are in the last 3 days of Chillosaurus Rex. Last 3 days to get her out into the world. So any question you have, again, if it's SP related, I will still answer it. I'm excited to hear what kind of questions come through and chillosaurusrex.com, or you can scan the little scanny doobop in the corner, forward your receipt to hello@roxytalks.com, and then I'll answer your question. Okay, so I'm going to answer Bryce. Okay. Wait, hold on. Bryce says, okay. Bryce says, I feel like, and thank you, Bryce, for purchasing a chili, chillosaurusrex.com. Whoo, we're going to do this. We're going to make it happen. Thank you, Bryce. Bryce says, I feel like nicotine is slowing down my manifestations because it's not living my higher self. I'm trying to manifest selling my screenplay and having it finished by November 30th so I can send it to a certain actor slash comedian when I meet them after their show. Okay. 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 So not only, let me just get this straight, Bryce, if you can clarify in the chat. No, it's okay. This is perfect. And I'm glad we're talking about this. So not only, I just want to get this clear. Not only are we asking, like, not only do you have to finish your screenplay, but you also have to get it sold. Is that what I'm reading? Is that what I'm hearing? I want to know, or is it just like I need to finish it so that when I talk to this person, I have something to present to them? I'm just curious. So if it has to be finished and sold, that's one, again, I want to know so I can give you like the right answer and the right diagnosis. Otherwise, either way, if it's just that it needs to be finished, cool. Either way, whatever. Let's work on it because you said yes, but the actor would be the stepping stone to selling. Oh, okay. So we actually don't need it sold when you present it to them because you want them to help sell, right? Okay, cool. So then that means that really all you really have to do is get it finished by November 30th, right? That's what it sounds like. Um Amy, I love you, says like Jim Carrey didn't become a comedian without jokes. Exactly. That's exactly my point. It's like there is a level of action that we need to take, okay? So, Bryce, can you manifest this actor or comedian taking your thing and being a part of it? Absolutely 100%. What it's going to require is that you have something to show, like if it's like, hi, I have this script, do you want to be a part of it? Then you need the script, right? Like this is exactly what we're talking about. So if that's the case, then you have, let's see, it's September 4th. You have almost all of September, October, and November. So we have nearly 3 months to get this completely written and then like edited to a point where you're ready to like, okay, this can be out in the world. I'm okay with this. So you said you feel like nicotine is slowing down your manifestations because it's not living your higher self. And then I noticed that somebody in the chat was like, wow, I was just thinking how I need to quit vaping. Melissa, yeah. So again, we're all connected. We are all on this thing together. So if you're feeling called to quit, do it because your higher self is trying to step through. And I'm not saying quit or don't quit. Obviously, you shouldn't smoke, right? I mean, we all know that. But it's not my business, right? Like I'm not going to be like you shouldn't smoke because it's not my fucking business. But what I am going to say is that if you're already feeling the nudge, then you already know. And then if we have multiple people in the chat, they're like, yeah, I've been thinking about this. Then again, there's no coincidence as to why we're here. Michelle just said, yes, do it. Michelle, when did you quit? You quit recently and you smoked for years, right? Do you mind sharing your story a little bit? Because again, whether or not we're talking about smoking or anything, it's to me, it's less about the judgment call of the action and more about the fact that like you're feeling this come through you and you've already interpreted what it means. You already know you should quit smoking because it's not helping you live your higher self. And that's why you typed it, right? Like you already know that. So I always love the line from, it's the song, what's that song? The Glamorous Life. If you have to ask, if you have to ask, you can't afford it, lingerie. But I always think about this. If you have to ask, you already know the answer. That's the way I think about it with manifestation. If you have to ask, you kind of already know, because it's at the surface enough for you're like, listen, this thing is, I don't know, it's on my mind. Like, should I do it? So Sheila E, yes. Tam, is that going to be your next what's it called? Documentary that you did? Tam did a documentary on Jody Watley. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm going to, because I love Jody Watley. So, um, so if you're being called to drop something, to stop doing something, I didn't finish my post for Instagram today. It's going to go up after this chat, but I literally was talking about this. Like, if you're being called to close a chapter, if you're being called to end something, if you're being called in any way to step forward or step through or switch something up or whatever, then listen to that intuition, because it's you, right? It's that next level of you showing you what will help you get to the next elevation. So, my advice for you, Bryce, is to quit then. And when I quit I quit smoking. I quit cold turkey, but it's because I like had a couple, like I was at a few events where they were smoking indoors, and it was like one after the other. And after like the second night, I think it was like 2 nights maybe in a row, I was like at shows where everybody was smoking. By the second night, I woke up and I felt so disgusting, and I was like, I am done smoking. And then I just kind of quit cold turkey. And then when I would be around people that would smoke, I would make it like my goal to get, because I worked I was what is it called? Apprenticing at a tattoo shop at the time. And so like your smoke breaks at a tattoo shop are like, it's part of like the thing. It's part of the culture. It's part of your day. It's part of like getting, out. Like, so everybody goes together and we do the smoke break. So my goal then would be, can I make it the whole smoke break without asking for a drag? Can I get through the whole smoke break without getting a drag? And that would be like how I would get through those hard parts, was like, if I can be out here with my friends and still be on the smoke break and not smoke, cool. And then everyone would just be like an incremental win. So that's how I did it personally. But I just got so disgusted by it that I was over it. That's actually how I became vegan, by the way, as well. I got really disgusted. I was eating, we ate rotisserie chicken like 2 days in a row. Hey, I think that's the answer. If you ever want to quit anything, just overload yourself with it for a couple days, and then you're like, well, I'm over this. Because that's what happened with meat. We were eating rotisserie chicken, and you know how it's like, it's all slimy. It's like that you can see all the sinew, you can see all the pieces. It hides nothing from you. And I was already thinking about it. And so after 2 days, you know how it's really an easy meal sometimes, where you're just like, I'm just going to go grab a rotisserie chicken. And we did it 2 days in a row. And then that third day, I was like, never mind, done. And I've been vegan ever since. So that's how I approach it. So that is not my piece of advice. My piece of advice is to quit how it works for you. Find a way to either like swap the activity for something else, find something else to give you that dopamine rush, or to give you the habitual like jollies that it gives you or whatever. Find something to swap that with if you can. Work on the mindset of like, I don't smoke, this next level of myself does not smoke. Smoking is not my thing, or however you want to do to turn the story around. And then start working every day on your script, right? This is something that I say, Jerry Seinfeld and Margaret Cho both say they write a joke every single day. Whether it's a good joke is irrelevant. It's the fact that every single day we're going to write a joke and we're going to stretch that muscle. So if you can write a sentence every day, if you can write a line every day, if you can write a scene, I don't know exactly what it is, but start working on ticking away or like chipping away at the screenplay. And like, if you sit down, if you're just like, okay, I'm just going to write a line, don't put any pressure on yourself other than writing like the one line, like we said. but you may just sit down and be like, oh yeah, actually, and then this, and then this, and then this. The other thing too, I don't know if this, you may be way more of a writer than me. One thing that I do when I'm writing is I like to switch between typing and then voice texting. And so I'll type, type, type. I'll get bored of typing, then I'll speak it, and then I go back through and edit the speech text. And then by the time I'm editing, I'm writing more, typing, typing, typing. Then I get tired of that, and I go back to the speaking, and then I just go back and forth between that when I'm writing. So I don't know if that helps. Those are just some things. You said this damn Jerry Seinfeld quote always finds its way into advice. I love it. All connected. That's how I write. Even if I only write a page, at least I wrote that day. Yes, perfect. Okay. So I think now I'm seeing you like plot out like how much more do you need? How many more pages do you need? How many days do you have? How much do you actually need to do per day to make this happen? Get that on in your mind, and then apply, then step up like we talked about earlier. Then you got to take the action of actually writing it, because you can manifest the most beautiful screenplay in the world, the most world-changing, life-changing. You could be, it's like, it's going to be bigger than Barbie, because I think Barbie just surpassed like every record, didn't it? If you want your thing to be bigger than Barbie, cool. But you know what those motherfuckers did? They made that movie. They made that movie. They didn't just manifest it. They made it happen. And they did manifest it. Margot Robbie's been working on that movie for like 8 years. So they did manifest it, but they also worked their asses off on it. And that's why it's the highest grossing movie like ever. So again, do the manifestation, but you got to take the action as well. And I mean, you got to take some sort of action. If the manifestation is I just want to lay around all day, then like, okay, maybe you don't have to take action, but you still have to like change your mindset and then like go lay around, which is an action. It's a choice, right? Okay. Amy says, my Beagle Betty wouldn't be a high-class diva without her sassy attitude and batting her eyelashes at the good-looking German Shepherd voice. That sounds like a story. Are we talking about a new script? Pauly Shore, yes! Yes! It's time for a Pauly Shore comeback. I'm so for this. Okay? Because Viva Los Biodome for life. I'm a 90s kid. I was born in the 80s. Like, yes, Pauly Shore, please. Yes, we miss him. We really fucking do. And you know what? We need him right now. We need him. Oh my gosh, we love it. Okay, I love it. It's gonna happen. Bryce, please come back every week too. If you can, come back every Monday and keep sharing with us, because we want to hear about this manifestation. And we want to welcome Polly back, is what I was gonna say. Okay, now it's time for, who is the next person? I'm scrolling up. My brain. My favorite affirmation routine, 360 Method. So 360method.co. Sebastian, if you don't mind, type your question in the chat. So real fast, what I'm doing right now is anybody who purchases a chili on this live stream, forward your receipt to hello@roxytalks.com, and then I'll answer any question you have in the chat. That's what we're doing today. We have 3 days left to do chili. Well, or I guess 4 technically, because we have till the 7th. So today, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, that's the last day to get chili, and then that's it. So we got to get to our minimum. So right now, if you purchase a chili, I will answer any question you have in the chat, as long as you forward your email or forward your receipt to hello@roxytalks.com. Thank you. Okay. So I'm waiting on Sebastian's question, which, by the way, Sebastian, that name has been haunting me lately. Like there's your question. I see it. I watched a movie with the name Sebastian. I just started a book with the name Sebastian. And then here you are again. I have a nephew named Sebastian too. I just thought about that. Okay. So, all right, here we go. Sebastian says, I've always found it really easy to manifest in other people's lives, but when I try to focus this energy on myself, I find it much more difficult. Do you have any advice on why this can be? Okay, Sebastian. So, first of all, understand that it's easy for me to manifest for other people, but hard to manifest for myself. That is an affirmation in itself, right? That is a reality that you're selecting when you think that. So the first thing that it's like the very first surface level thing that I will say immediately is that that's got to go. And what we want to change that to is I've always found it really easy to manifest for other people, and it's even easier for myself. And it's just as easy for myself, right? We want to start turning the tide on this story and not attaching the idea that it's hard for you to manifest to your identity, to your situation, to your story, because actually it's really easy to manifest. And the fact that you're able to manifest in other people's lives shows just how easy it is. And also, that shows that you are actually in control in this reality, right? Like, if you were not in control in this reality, how would you be able to manifest for other people? Falguni, I see you. Awesome. Yay. Thank you, everybody, so much. If you want a question answered, chillosaurusrex.com. You can also scan the little scanny dude Bobby at the top, and I'll get your question answered. If you ask on this live and forward your receipt to hello@roxytalks.com. Whew, am I getting that out clearly? Okay, where's my crystal? I'm feeling the energy. Whew, okay, the energy's starting to, whoa, hold on. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Sometimes the energy takes over and I get, whew. Okay. Felicia, did you forward your receipt to hello@roxytalks.com? Angie, welcome back. Long time no see. Okay. All right. So obviously, first, we want to change the definition that it's easy for me to do it for other people and hard for me to do it myself, because that's just going to continue that in your life. Then we want to start looking at, what are you saying like in the off time? What are you saying? Hi, Froggy. What are you saying when somebody gets something that you want and you didn't get it? And I think this is a big one, right? Like, because I see this a lot with people, that it's the jealousy factor. And there's no shade. This happens. I think this happens to everybody on some level, right? There is this little part of us that, hi, Carly. When I love our 360 fam is popping in. Shantae, Carly, Froggy, hello. When you are watching the manifestation unfold in someone else's life, what is the narration saying in your mind? Are you saying, OMG, it's happening for other people and it's not happening for me? Are you saying, how come them but not me? Oh, wow, I did it for that. There goes someone else getting it, but not for me. And this is the always the bridesmaid, never a bride energy, right? Like, that's the easiest way to equate it to something that we recognize. EA says listening while you're driving. Yeah. And listening and paying attention to the road so perfectly. You're multitasking in an amazing way, and welcome. So how is it that you are considering yourself, and what is it like when you're comparing yourself to other people? What is it like when you're comparing your ability to receive and achieve? What is that like in your head? You said you chose the name yourself. I love it. So, Sebastian, yeah. So answer that question for me if you don't mind. What does it sound like? Like, what are you saying? Let's say that you saw a manifestation come true in someone else's life, and you recognize that, like, okay, I put that out there. There it is showing up in their life. How long does it take before you're like, yeah, but mine aren't coming through? Or like, I want to know what that process is like when we go from seeing somebody else receive to how come not me, right? Like, because that little bridge and that, like, that's a neural pathway also, right? Like, this is a programmed response. And this is where 360 method comes through, because in 360 method, we're always paying attention. It's always awareness and discipline. We're paying attention to what we're thinking and saying, and how we're reacting, how we're responding, how we're defining ourselves in our lives. And then we are changing the story. We're switching the thought. We're flipping the thought. We're switching the affirmation. We're stopping mid-sentence and redirecting our thinking or our words. We are stopping mid-action and we're changing what we're doing. Again, 360method.co. We're about to start next week is when it starts. So if you want to be a part of this next round of 360, 360method.co. You have 1 week left to sign up before we begin. And I'm telling you right now, this is going to be probably the most explosive group we've ever had. And it's only because like where everybody is in the group right now, it's just like everybody's on a launch pad right now. Everybody's like skyrocketing in their own lives. And I'm like, you guys have no idea, like all the people that we have accumulated into this 360 method group this time. I'm just like, I am like shocked and excited, and I can't wait to like host this group because I'm like, damn, everybody in here right now is like fucking skyrocketing. So the energy is going to be incredible when we all get together. So 360method.co, if you want to kind of take that deeper, join a group of like-minded manifestors, and really get a hold of this stuff. Sebastian says, thank you. That made sense. Okay, awesome. Yeah. So just pay attention to how you're responding, how you're thinking, how you're defining what you think is possible for Sebastian, what you think is going to happen for you, what you think, you need to do in order for this to be fulfilled for you. Does that make sense? Like, what kind of hoops do you have to jump through in order for your manifestation to come through? That's what's really like going on. That's the story that's being told. And so when you can get a hold of that story, then you really have a chance at turning this tide. And when this comes back to that conversation of taking action, the action in this sense and in this question and in this manifestation, the action is no longer allowing yourself to believe and live by the definition that others get, but you don't. That it's easy to do it for other people, but not for yourself. That's the action. It's you're changing your own definition. You're changing your own belief system. You're going to be changing how you respond when you see this happen in real time. And best case scenario, you're going to do it every single time it happens because that is how change is made. Like Esther Hicks says, change isn't made just one time. Change is made every time you have the opportunity to act the old way, but you act the new way. And you do it every time, over time, consistently. The change becomes you. It becomes permanent, right? It becomes who you are. It becomes how you be. So, thank you. That was such a great question, Sebastian. If you want me to answer your question, this is how it's going today. I'm answering questions. Anybody that orders a Chillosaurus Rex during this live stream, chillosaurusrex.com, or you can scan the little QR code in the corner. Email your receipt to hello@roxytalks.com, and I'll answer your question right in the chat. And up next is Falguni. Hello. Okay. Did you put a question? I'm going to scroll up a little bit, but I'm also going to keep an eye on the live feed in case you pop a question in right now. But I'm gonna scroll up and see if there's anything up here. Falguni is next. Amy says, my Betty Beagle has perfected flirting with boys for extra treats and attention. She knows how to get what she wants. Betty is on Jaja Gabor level. Ooh, Jaja. I love Jaja. Jaja is such a good role model if you want to just be like in your bougie self. Yay, Sebastian. I'm so glad that is working for you. I love it. Okay, good. So everything is working out in your favor, Sebastian. It is all going your way. And like, I want you to start affirming that I am seeing manifestations come through for me. Every time I manifest something for someone else, 2 manifestations come through for me. Or just kind of switching the energy and the story up. Like, this is just a side note, but this is something I do since I live in California and we have such an abundance of water all the time. Whenever I, oh, got you, Sebastian. Okay, I'll follow up in just a minute. Whenever I take a shower, I always say, I always say gratitude for the water. And then I say, every drop that is used here will be replenished into the California reservoirs and lakes by 100-fold, by 1,000-fold, or whatever I say. And I always just redirect where I think the water is going to go because, if we know anything about water, it literally gets sucked back up and poured back down. So why couldn't I tell it where to go? It's already doing that feat, right? So we can decide how the world's going to work out for us, and you can reallocate your resources in the new places that you want. So you said instantly there's a resentful kind of instant. So good. And the reason why this is good is because that if it's instant, then you know exactly when you need to deploy your redirection, right? So you're going to be flipping from, oh, they got what they wanted and I didn't, to actually, I always get what I want. And this universe is so abundant that they get what they want and I get what I want too. So instead of using that opportunity to say they're getting and I'm not, use it to say they're getting and I get also. You want to switch that response, switch that response, switch that response, switch that response. And you do it over and over and over again. And this is 360 method. Again, this is, we're really paying attention to what we're thinking and saying. And then we're taking it a step further by changing our narrative to what we want it to be in the 3D world. That's how we control. Lucy, I love all the California people are like, yes, I'm gonna do that with the water. Yeah, please do. Please do. Like what if we all started doing that? And then what's crazy is like when we had all that rain last year, I was like, I did that. I'm like, I fucking did this. It worked. I'm not even gonna say the D word there. The water was where it was. And I started doing that thing and I started reallocating where the water was. And look what happened. We got dumped on. So I was like, I did this. Okay, Falguni, where are you, my love? I was gonna say my dear and my love at the same time, and I said my leer, and that's just not the thing I wanted to say. If you want a question from me today, I'm answering all questions. Anybody that purchases a Chillosaurus Rex while I'm on this live stream, I will answer your question. You just have to forward your receipt to hello@roxytalks.com. Okay, where's Falguni? Where's your question, baby? Drink water and then reallocate it back into your reservoirs and lakes. And Sebastian, please keep us posted on how this is working out for you, because you're already obviously a very powerful manifester, and now you deserve to have the resources allocated where you want them to go. Okay, and I'm looking for Falguni. Where are you, my girl? Where is your question? Am I missing it? What's happening? Mama says you're a water sign, so you're in control of it. Oh, maybe because I'm a water sign, it listens to me. I'm Aqua Lady. Can we just do a side note real fast while I'm waiting? Falguni, can you retype your question, babe? While I'm waiting for Falguni's question, can I just say something about Aquaman? Why is he so obsessed with swimming in jeans? Like, I cannot handle it. He loves wearing wet jeans, and it bothers me. And this is how I know. Froggy, yes, I'm a Scorpio. Tiffany was like, you should watch what is it, Tiffany? Flash. So we watched it, and fuck, I don't want to give away the freaking thingy. I'm not going to give away anything except to say, why does he insist on getting his jeans wet? I can't handle it. Oh my God. I remember when the first Aquaman movie came out, I think I posted on my Facebook. I was like, so this dude just like swims around in fucking jeans all day? Like he's just swimming around in wet denim? Like before he gets his outfit, he's just out there in the den. Okay. Ah! Tiffany, you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? And it's like, I don't want to give that part away. Did I see his buns? No, because he was wearing jeans in water where he loves to wear them. If there is water, he's going to put his jeans in them. Gonna put his jeans in it. That's what I've learned about Aquaman. If there is water, he's going to put his jeans in it, okay? Okay, Falguni. Are you still here, babe? Where are you? Where is this? Oh my gosh. Okay. Yes, I am a Leo rising as well. I don't know if you guys are talking about me. I'm a Scorpio sun, Leo rising, and Capricorn moon. Okay, Leanne says, we have an anonymous chili purchaser who wants to donate their question to someone in 360. That is so sweet. Oh my God. I love you guys so much. Okay, so, okay, hold on. I'm going to say a couple things first. Anybody who's on 360, we have a donation for a 360 member to ask a question. If you are a 360 member and you do have a question, will you raise your hand in the chat? The next thing I want to, oh my God, Foxy, girl, hold on. You said Scorpio with Leo rising and Capricorn moon. Damn, you must be very, very intense. Yes, I am. Yes, I fucking am, bitch. Like, this is me all the time. I am. If there was a word to describe, it would be that one. Yes, 100%. Um, and I'm serious about my shit, right? Like, this is why I know I'm going to be successful at whatever I do because I'm going to be successful at whatever I do, fucking period. Like, there's no question. Um, okay. So we have a 360 donation question. Falguni, yay! Okay, here's my Falguni question. Okay. Miss Girl says, I get paralyzed into not creating my art slash working on my goals due to the fear of it being futile slash imperfect, especially since I faced a setback last month with my business plan, how to break out of this. Okay, first of all, Falguni, you're in BBD, right? So definitely go check out the September game plan in the Big Beautiful Dreams Club. This is exactly what it's about. And so if you're not in Big Beautiful Dreams Club and you're resonating with this question that Falguni put, if you're somebody that's trying to create, you're trying to launch your business or your art and you're having trouble like nailing down getting it done and we're having a hard time organizing it and when do I do it and how do I logistically actually make this happen? BigBeautifulDreamsClub.com. Our September game plan is literally this. Okay, so perfect timing. So here's the deal, babe. Let me make sure there's not, is there, I want to make sure there's nothing else in the question. Okay. First of all, I understand so much. Like I relate to you more than you know. And I literally deal with this myself. I actually was dealing with this today. I was paralyzed. I couldn't meditate. My brain would not let me meditate. And I was just like sitting there like, it was like, I told my husband, I was like, I feel like all of my pistons are firing right now. And I'm like, I'm trying to meditate. So I'm laying still, my body's not doing anything, and my brain is going so crazy that I can't close my eyes and shut it down, right? Like that's what I was experiencing. And that was just from today. But I felt so paralyzed and I couldn't do what I needed to do. And that happens to me again as well when it comes to creating. And like I said, I've been working on my album for 3 years. I get you, okay? Part of it is that you have to work with your own energy. You got to work with what's going on within you and you need to pay attention to like what's going on within your body. Why are you not able to move forward? What's paralyzing you about it like in the moment, right? And if it's okay, so my fear of it being futile. Well, the fear of it being futile would mean that what? Like I'm going to create this and no one's going to like it. Let me ask you this actually, Falguni. What is the outcome you're searching for when you're creating? Is the outcome to create the art? Is it for people to buy it? Is it for people to see it? Because what I have realized as a creator and now being somebody that like, I created for many years where it wasn't monetized or I was trying to get it monetized. And now I'm somebody who I'm a creator where it is monetized. What I can tell you is this is that like the creation process, that is for you. You your your box gets ticked when you do the creating. Like, for example, when I write the song, that is when it serves me. But as it's released, then it's for other people, right? Then it has nothing to do with me, but I already got my piece of it while I was creating. So if that's the purpose of art is to create, then there's no way it could be futile because the point of it is to fulfill you as a creator. You said for art, get selected for grants, have people see it and like it. Okay. So, oh yeah, my Venus and Mars are also in Virgo as well. Or no, not also in Virgo, but Froggy was like, Roxy has all that Virgo. Yeah, my Venus and Mars are in Virgo and my Mercury is in Scorpio. I have a lot of Scorpio too. Anyways, I'm just noticing the chat. So, what I would say is that if you're making art because of the external validation you will get from it, you're not on the frequency of art. You know what I'm saying? Because is art is pain outside of the body. Art is trauma on the canvas. Art is experience on a track. Art is the inside of you in the world so other people can experience it. Your art fulfills you when you create it, not when someone else consumes it. When they consume it, it's out of it. You're already past the point of being fulfilled by that piece of art, and you're likely already working on the next, right? So Carly's like, this is resonating for me. August is like, yes, this is resonating so much. Leanne's like, this is so good. Okay, I love it. Because we have so many creators in our community. We have so many creators, and I get you because I am too. I like at the end of the day, yes, I'm a coach. Yes, I love talking about this, but at the end of the day, I'm a creator. And that's what really fuels me as a human being is doing my art. So Melissa says, lots of Virgo energy for the Virgo season. Perfect timing. And just a side note, if you want a question answered, if you purchase a Chillosaurus Rex during this live stream and you email your receipt to hello@roxytalks.com, I will answer your question here on the live stream. Leanne said, this is what I needed to hear. Art is fulfilling when you create it, not when people consume it. Yes, exactly, exactly, exactly. And so you really want to, this is how we kind of detach from what our art means to other people. I keep seeing Vincent van Gogh in my head. I keep seeing Vincent van Gogh in my head. And actually Tiffany and I, we talked about this too, where like a lot of artists don't get the recognition they deserve until after they've passed, right? And I'm seeing Vincent van Gogh because this is the analogy that I'm hearing. And also just listen to what I'm saying because this is going to be kind of weird. And I'm going to put up a disclaimer, potential trigger warning, and don't do this at home. But I have to say, this is what they're showing me. They said art. I'm just gonna have to. I'm just gonna say this way. The art is fulfilled in the cutting of the ear. Do you get what I'm saying? Like when we look at a Vincent van Gogh painting or the painting with his ear bandaged up, for example, hundreds of years later, all of the interpretations, all through our own filter, art history classes here and there, museums here and there, blah, blah, blah. For Vincent, it was about cutting his ear and then putting it on the canvas. That was the fulfillment of it for him. And how we take it today, that's about us, right? So just thinking about Lucita says, I was just thinking about that concept when in Van Gogh this weekend. That is weird. That's crazy. Because that's just I just kept seeing that painting, that one particular painting when his ears cut. That's what they were showing me in my head. Is like the art was made when the ear was cut and the painting was made. Like that was the moment of fulfillment or whatever. I'm not saying fulfillment, but like that was the art doing its job for Vincent, not the fact that it's one of the most famous paintings and he's one of the most famous painters of all time. That has nothing to do with the fulfilling of the art in the moment for him, right? And obviously we all want our art to be as widely consumed as possible. But that's not where art is made. Art isn't made in who's consuming it. It's made through the processing of the emotions. So whatever and then you said of it being imperfect. That part is like sometimes you want to keep going to the drawing board and finishing, and other times you need to be able to say, "Listen, I'm okay with letting this go as it is." And so, like sometimes you can achieve your own personal perfection, and other times you can't. And I think being a well-rounded artist, there is a dance between sometimes we were like, "Oh my god, this is absolutely perfect. This is exactly what I want." And other times where it's like, "You know what? Maybe it's not exactly what I thought, but I do like what it is, and I appreciate it for where it's at and allowing it to be what it is." So, whatever happened in you said a setback with your business plan was divine. And to be real frank, I don't mean this in a negative way. I mean this again just to reiterate that it's divine. You're not ready for that because you're still creating from a place of like other people need to see this versus bitch, watch out because here I come. This is me. Where's the canvas? Because I got something to say. You get what I'm saying? And so your just the impression I'm getting energetically is that business plan that you're working on isn't aligned to you not creating from an authentic place. Does that make sense? And so that when you create from a more authentic place, then the business can go forward the way you want it or in an even better way. But it's not going to be achieved through you inauthentically creating for the wrong reasons, I guess. That's just the way that it felt energetically. So I hope that resonates for you. Bryce says, I love that my screenplay is for me, expressions of my feelings. I love the creation process. Selling it is for me to be able to break out of the 9-to-5 matrix and be able to create more. Yeah. I love that too. Also, like understanding the different parts of it, because it's okay to sell your art and it's okay to make a living off of your art. But also like that there is a detaching. Like, okay, what am I seeing? I'm seeing a baby being born, and I'm seeing an umbilical cord being cut. So it's like while you're let's just say it's a painting or it's a screenplay. While you're writing, while you're creating, this is you carrying the baby and then obviously bringing it to life. Once it is born and it's out there for the rest of the world to consume, it's just like a human where like it kind of gets to make its own decisions. That's the whole point, is it's supposed to be out on its own, living its own life. You don't want to have the goal is not to have a child that never gains its own independence. The goal is to, when you have a child, you raise it to have the best level of independence that it can, so it can take care of itself, because eventually you're not going to be there to take care of it anymore, right? So okay. Hold on, I'm seeing some fun stuff from the chat. Okay, Leanne, let me know, do we have any other questions? Don't we have someone that's we need a 360 question to come up. Do I need to pick that person? Let me know, please. Falconi says, thanks, Roxy. That reminds me, J.K. Rowling said that she was only truly satisfied with books 3 and 7, but we know how successful and loved all 7 books were. That's interesting. 3 was so good. 3 was so good. 3, I'm gonna tell you a funny story about 3. So when 3 came out in the theaters, my sister and I went to go see it, and my mom paid. I was still living at home at whatever that, I don't know how old I was, but I was living at home, and I took my little sister. We went to go see it, and we loved it so much that we wanted to go see it again, but our mom wouldn't pay for us to go see the same movie twice. So we lied to her and told her we were gonna go see something else, and then just went and saw Harry Potter again. We're like, this is so good. It was like 2 days later. So my mom was like, I'm not going to pay for the same movie twice in 2 days. We're like, okay, fine, we'll go see something else. Okay, Rebecca's like, I have a story time. Rebecca, Synergy fam. By the way, if you're interested in being a part of all of my programs, like 360, for example, if you want to be a part of it, Synergy people are already enrolled. Oh, I saw somebody asking about when the next round of 360 was going to be, because they were going to miss 2 weeks of it. Okay. First off, the next round we usually do September and like February, March time is generally when we run 360. But what I want to say is that you said you were going to be gone for 2 weeks. You want to make sure you can make the classes. This is an 8-week program, so will still be 6 weeks left of it. If you're interested in joining, because there will be replays of the session. So, I mean, if you were going to be gone for 6 weeks, then I understand. But if you're only gone for 2, it might still be worth coming, because I mean, obviously it's more than worth coming. But what I'm saying is that there's still 6 weeks of us being together. So 360method.co, you should still consider joining. Okay. So I'm going up to Rebecca. And okay, we have Felicia. And then we're going to answer a question from someone from 360. Did we decide who that was going to be? Okay, Rebecca says, story time. I was watching the replay of the kickoff call for the current program last night, and I had a huge realization that my manifesting has been successful and resistance has been cleared. Yes. Because I used to physically cringe whenever I heard anyone say, I want to financially support myself through my art. It would literally give me the ick because I had so much resistance to the idea. I would never even think about putting that into my scripting. Oh my gosh. But I've been working around the idea, affirming for freedom and ease and loving my creativity just for the joy of it, / as a hobby. And on the replay, I saw myself say that sentence without even realizing that it had been said. Do you understand how crazy it is? Yes, Rebecca! I'm so excited for you because Rebecca you're so talented, you're so smart, and like, you can do anything. So I'm so glad to hear you kind of like, you're like, okay, I'm not going to limit myself in this way anymore. And yes, proud of you. So excited. And again, 360 is going to be fucking amazing. Rebecca's going to be there, and we got Tam in there. We got Froggy's in there. We got why is my brain doing this? Like Carly. I'm like seeing Carly's face in my head, but her name wouldn't come up. Sorry, Carly, love you. But no, but I know you, and it was just like, C. And why wouldn't the rest of the name come through? Okay, Shantae. Shantae had a question. Okay, Shantae. Shantae. Where is Shantae's question? I saw. Okay, here we go. Shantae says, my 360 question is, should I talk about my family's upcoming success to all around, yell it from the rooftops, etc., or is it better to keep it to myself while carefully describing it in the ideal way? Shantae, why is the resistance to it? Why wouldn't you want to? Because that feels like the reason why you don't want to shout it from the rooftops is a limiting belief that is going to manifest in the reason why you shouldn't shout it from the rooftops. Does that make sense? So like whatever reason you have for like the fear of why I shouldn't is its own limiting belief that will manifest in proving the reason right. You know what I'm saying? So what's that reason, and kind of looking into why do I think I can't? Um why would it be bad? Because like it won't come true, or someone will judge me, or it'll jinx it. Like thinking about like what is the reason why you wouldn't be able to, and then just understanding that right there in itself is going to be its own. That's the block, right? And then again, the block is going to manifest. And when you try to talk about, if you were to shout it from the rooftops, then because we fear that shouting from the rooftops will result in something negative, then it's going to manifest, right? Does that make sense? And if you want a question answered, all Chillosaurus Rex purchases while I'm on this live stream will get a question answered about whatever you want. Forward your receipt to hello@roxytalks.com. And Felicia, yes, please type your question in the chat so I can get to it. Definitely want to hear back from Shantae. Oh, is it Beyonce's birthday? She was just in LA and I think I missed it. Oh, I'm bummed. Okay. So, Shantae says, it's an old thought pattern. Seems like all of our culture was thinking, pray secretly in the tiny closet, and I'm afraid to jinx it. So, pray secretly in thy tiny closet. Is that a thing? Because it's really, I've never heard it, but I like it. I mean, I don't like it, but I like it. I like it because it sounds cute. Pray secretly in thy tiny closet. Anyways, then I would just say that, like, you know, it's something to kind of, that's a door you want to break down, and a door that you want to bust open and say, you know, actually, I pray from the mountaintops. I pray at the top of my lungs, and it's okay for me to share my success, my family's success. There's no way I can jinx it except by unbelieving that it's possible. You know what I mean? And you're working on believing it's possible. So if you're working on believing that it's possible, then you don't have to worry because you're always doing the work, right? Like, I know you're working on 360. I know that you are helping to better your mindset so that you can help yourself and other people in your life. So if that's the case, then that means that you're not going to jinx it, because jinxing it would be like, I don't actually believe it's possible. And I know you believe it's possible. And if you were to catch yourself entertaining thoughts that said it's not possible, you're going to be on your 360 shit and you're going to catch it and flip it. And you're going to say, actually, it is possible, right? Hi, Jinx. I was just thinking about you. I'm like, Jinx is going to come on any minute because I've said her name like 10 times in the last 5 minutes. Jinx is here. This is the only Jinx we like. I'm just kidding. But you get what I'm trying to say. This is the kind of Jinx we like, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Oh, Tam, you're gonna go see Beyonce. I'm so jealous. It's her birthday. Oh my gosh, of course it is. Of course it's her birthday. Okay. Bryce says, first time doing Mindset Monday and I feel so much better. Yay, Bryce, welcome. I'm glad. Please come back. We do this every freaking week. Kella Pop Test says, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. Oh my gosh. Tiffany says, 23 years ago, I saw Beyonce at the mall with Destiny's Child sitting on fold-out chairs, signing pics because they were the opening act for Christina Aguilera. Now look at her. A B manifested her legacy. Oh. Shantae, the tiny closet was a typo. That's funny because I like it. That's our new thing. It's the tiny closet. Stop keeping all your manifestations in your tiny closet. I know Taylor Swift manifests. Yeah, of course she does. Listen, every celebrity manifests. They know what they're doing. They know about it. They know about it. No tiny closets. So, okay. Where is Miss Felicia? Where is your question, my love? By the way, if you would like me to answer a question today, what we're doing, if you're just joining the chat, if you purchase a Chillosaurus Rex while we are on this live stream, you can scan this little QR code right here in the corner, or you can head to chillosaurusrex.com. If you purchase a Chillosaurus Rex while we're live, I will answer a question for you. You just have to forward your receipt to hello@roxytalks.com, and I will answer your question here in the chat. And I'm waiting on Felicia's question, wherever you are. And then I saw Carly pop one up too. I'm going to answer Carly's because someone bought a 360. Someone bought a Foxy, do we have to pay to ask a question? That's what we're doing today. Normally, I don't actually even answer questions anymore like this. So the way I'm doing it is, if you purchase a Chillosaurus Rex, I will answer your question. And I got this idea from Mackendal 7, Mackendal Ross. Mackendal. I always look up Mackendal, Mackandal, Mackendal 7. She's a tarot reader, but she will, if you drop her like 1111 in her Cash App, she'll pull a card for you. So I was like, I'm going to do that thing that she does. If you purchase her chili, I will answer your question, no matter what it's about. You just have to forward your receipt to hello@roxytalks.com. Foxy, I appreciate you. I know that we can't always at all the time, and I totally understand that. But we're still here, and maybe your question will still get answered in the chat. Okay. We're waiting for Felicia. I'm going to pop up to Carly. Said, why do I feel like I need to earn rest, and why am I feeling resistance around allowing myself to rest? Carly, okay. You and I haven't really had a one-on-one with you where I like get to know your childhood and stuff, but we'll do that on 360. So next week you're going to really find out the answer to that question. But I will say that I'm just going to guess, and tell me if I'm anywhere in the ballpark. Probably you had to either prove yourself a lot as a child, or you got performance-based validation from your parents, which, no shade, we love our parents. They got us where we are. They were dealing with their own demons as well, right? Not demons, but they were dealing with their own issues as well. So and they didn't have this information, so bless their hearts. What I would guess is that you had some sort of performance-based validation, like if you had to get straight A's or you have to be good, some sort of like being a good girl or being the good kid or having to live up to a certain expectation, or like even if like you always had to keep your room like militantly clean. Um, what is coming up for me is that as a child, where were you not allowed to just be? Because that's what it reminds me of intuitively, but like I said, I don't know your history yet, so we haven't, like, dove I like the word dove, but they say it's dived. We haven't dove into it yet together, so I'm just taking a shot in the dark, but, like, that's the kinda stuff that I would see from somebody that, like, cannot stop working, is because they have to prove themselves in some way, shape, or form, and that comes from, like, from childhood. So why did you have to prove yourself, and in what way? And then you said, oh, here you go. It said, my parental dynamic was very uneven. My mom did 99%, my dad did 1%. I feel like I take on my mom's energy, needing to do everything all the time. There you go. That's it right there. So that's the kind of stuff, like, and this is what we do in module 1 of 360. This is week 1 stuff that we do. So the very first thing, Love and Light says, how do I buy a Chillosaurus Rex? You can scan the little QR code in the corner, or chillosaurusrex.com. Leanne, do you mind dropping the link in the chat as well? And they can tap right on the chat. Or you can tap right on the link right there. So I'm good at remembering where I was. I know we said mom did 99%. So you watched mom do everything. And so we have this idea of like, I need to do everything all of the time. And so also, and this is something that you might want to look into personally, and you don't have to like type it in the chat because it might be too personal. And then we're still also waiting for Felicia. Where's your question, babe? There you are. Perfect timing. Okay. Um, if You might also want to look at Carly. Not only like, okay, we know that mom had to do everything to like keep everything going, but also like, what does it mean if you don't? What does it mean to have the energy of dad? You know what I'm saying? Like what is we know what the positive quote unquote side of it is that like, I got to keep this ship running. I'm going to be I have to be the person that makes it all happen. What is the negative side? If I don't, then this happens. Because that fear, you see the facts, that's facts. The dad energy is bad. That's what it is, right? It's the fear of being that is not allowing you to rest. And so what I would say to you is that when you're having those moments, you're telling yourself, no, actually, I can rest. It's okay for me to rest. I deserve rest. I've done so much. If I don't rest, I can't keep going. I must rest. It's for the betterment of the human race that I rest, because I can't show up to my best if I don't rest. If I don't rest, I show up depleted. And if I'm depleted, I cannot give my best. Like the saying, you can't pour from an empty cup. It's that energy. And so you want to start, and this is 360. So you're going to be working on this over the course of our whole 8 weeks together. 360method.co if you're ready to kind of jump in the group program with us and start rewriting your own habits and formulas and dig into your own stuff. And you're going to be replacing it with like, no, it's like divine that I rest. And the other thing too is like when you're at rest and everything is kind of calm, it's easier for you to receive information as well. So like when you're go, 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 your thoughts are racing, 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 and you're always like feeling like you have to keep up with something, there's not a lot of room for inspiration to flow through. There's not a lot of room for the message of God or the universe or inspiration or the next thing that's going to help you and your clients or your audience. There's no room for it to come through, right? So it's really important that you change the story, because the fact of the matter is that like you are like, oh, you know what? This is so perfect, Carly. You're 99% mom, 1% dad. Give yourself your one motherfucking percent. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not going to become that because you're too much of the other thing. Like your problem is not that you're not going to do anything. Your problem is that you're not going to do anything. So you don't have to worry that you're going to become someone that doesn't do, because you can barely not do. You get my point? You're fine. What we're gonna do is temperance card again, more balance, a little more of this and a little more of that. Were you there when I told you the message they told me in meditation? Because again, this, like, I'm very workaholic too. Um, they told me it's like a bike pedal, like a little bit of have to do, a little bit of get to do, a little bit of have to do, a little bit of get to do. Like when your foot's on the pedal of a bike, the foot that's when you're pushing down, that's the have to do. But then the force of it brings your other foot up and you don't have to do any work. You just kind of get to ride. Your foot gets to ride. Little bit of have to do, little bit of get to do, little bit of have to do, little bit of get to do. And so oh, you didn't hear it. Okay, perfect. I can't remember where I told on one of the coaching sessions, I can't remember where I talked about that. So just allowing yourself to, like, if you did a lot of have to do's, then there needs to be some get to do's. Yin and yang. There has to be the balance temperance card, right? So you said, I've been searching for the meaning of balance in my life. This gives a new perspective. Perfect. Little bit of have to do, little bit of get to do, little bit of have to do, little bit of get to do. And 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 what they keep showing me, because I've had yin yang has been coming up in my life a lot lately, and that's when I got this message, is like the yin yang's been coming up a lot. There needs to be more balance, because just like you, I'm like, I work, 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 work. And so they're like, if you do some have to do's, then you get to do somes. And like it should be 50%. It should be like a yin and yang. Some, have to do's, get to do, have to do, get to do. And so if you're bouncing from like 2 hours of have to do's to 2 hours of get to do's, I got the message that that was okay. You can believe it or not, but like that's what I got. So, or maybe if you feel comfortable, I'm gonna do 3 hours of have to do's and 1 hour of get to do's or whatever. But just thinking about, like, again, you're not gonna be the type of person that's going to take advantage of that system, because you're just already not wired that way. So you can like let go of that fear that if I take a break, I'm gonna become this. It's just not true. Okay, Felicia said, I'm constantly overwhelming myself with all the things. By the way, just real fast, I'm going to do last call for questions. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of a break, and then I'm going to pop over onto TikTok, and I'm going to go live there. So if you follow me on TikTok, join me there. If you don't follow me, at Roxy Talks on TikTok, we're going to continue this little game that we're playing here. If you purchase a chili while we're on the live stream, email us hello@roxytalks.com and I'll answer your question. I'm going to go do it on TikTok here in a minute. So I'm doing last call for YouTube. If you want to have me answer your question, purchase a chili, you can scan the little doodad in the corner. You can click the link here that's pinned in the chat, or you can head to you can head to chillosaurusrex.com. Purchase the Chillosaurus Rex, forward us your receipt at hello@roxytalks.com, and then I will answer your question. Okay, while I'm on the live stream. So it's got to be while I'm on the live stream. Otherwise, how am I going to answer it? Okay. So Felicia says, I'm constantly overwhelming myself with all the things I want to achieve within my new home, my job, my social life, etc. I always seem to complicate the journey and get in my own way. You are not alone, girl. I feel like everybody's kind of on this energy right now. Why do I do this? Okay, Felicia. Did you resonate with what I was saying with Carly? Because I feel like something is feeling like the energy is similar, and I feel like, do you overload your plate? You said, yeah, you're overwhelmed to shut yourself off. Can I get advice where to start? I want to ask you, like, do you feel like you're overloading yourself? Like, I just keep the image I'm getting is just someone putting more and more and more and more and more on their plate. And so it's like, how can you even make headway? How can you even get ahead if every time there's an inch, you assign yourself another mile? So, Felicia, talk to me about what it's like when you're becoming overwhelmed. And again, is it that you have too much going on? Is it like that we can't have still energy, or like nothing on our plate. I'm just curious because I don't know exactly what your story is, but I kind of want to know the reasoning behind it so we can get to like what's going on underneath, right? But you said because like I get overwhelmed and I shut myself off. So that happens to me a lot too. Is like I will feel like I have so many things to do and I don't know where to start. So I do like nothing and I just kind of become paralyzed. And I was talking about that earlier. That happened to me today, even. My brain was just going a mile a minute that I couldn't even like lay down and meditate. Like even that I couldn't do because I was so paralyzed by like all I could do was sit there and eat ice. I like to eat ice. It's very dopamine-y for me. It's like dopamine and stimulating for me. So I eat ice a lot. So I was just like sitting there like eating ice and I couldn't do anything else except just like keep eating ice and keep eating ice. I think I was also thirsty. So I'm like hydrating and like just frozen and it just could not move forward. So first of all, I just want to say you're not alone. Um I do believe that like it can happen. Foxy, don't talk shit about Scorpios and Capricorns. I'm a Scorpio and a sun and a Capricorn moon. And you're like, Scorpios and Capricorns are mean. Hey, man, we're direct, okay? We don't like to beat around the bush. I know, and I'm like, you're in the chat of a Scorpio with a Capricorn moon. So, Sebastian says, I also work, and I think we also have to reframe that working isn't always achieving. Sometimes just busy work isn't always productive. Yeah, you know what they told me in Foxy, you're funny. They told me in meditation, they were like, you know, productivity is not the same thing as creativity. Just because you're being productive does not mean that you're, working with creation. You could just be doing busy work that's like not helping you out, right? So, Felicia, I'm not sure if you're not able to chat too much. I was just trying to get a little more information out of you so I could give you a more custom tailored answer. But for what I see here, um, again, it feels like maybe you have too much or you're trying to do too much. And if that's the case, then we need to kind of like, I think prioritize. That's the word I heard in my head. Prioritize what is important and put more of that in your schedule versus like more have to do's versus get to do's. And the other thing also is when you feel shut down and you can't do anything, ask yourself, because usually we're shut down because we're like, either we have too many things going on or we don't want to do the thing that's coming up next, right? That's what happens for me generally. Like when I look at it, it's like either I've got so many things going on that my brain is just like frazzled trying to figure out what the next step is, or I don't want to do the thing that I have to do. So I'll just like be paralyzed into doing nothing. This does happen to me. So what my best answer for that is, and I'll just tell you again, like I do still deal with this. So I can't say the end all be all this is how to fix it because it's something that I still work on every day. But I would say that like actually I'm so good at doing whatever I want. If I feel paralyzed, I just do what I want and everything, the energy moves forward. But that's what I was going to say is like, if you're going to be paralyzed and do nothing, then instead of doing nothing, do something that you actually want to do. So ask yourself, well, what would I rather do right now? What do I wish I was doing right now instead? And maybe do a little bit of that because it's like for example, I'll give you an example. I used to like have a really strict deadline of like every an email Tuesdays and Fridays, 5:30 p.m. Period. And on Tuesdays and Fridays, sometimes I would be sitting there, like I would try to write the email at like 1 o'clock and I'd have that email open for like 4 hours and not be able to get it done. And then I'd be like, oh my God, it's 5:15 and just like hammer something out, right? What I realized is like, I'm gonna hammer the fucking email out at 5:15 regardless. Whether I started at 1 o'clock in the afternoon or I started at 5:15, I'm gonna hammer it all out in that very last 15 minutes before it goes out because that's how I operate, right? And this goes into more of like the ADHD. Yes, we're affirming it right now, and me deciding like how I want to be and who I want to be. If that's okay with me, then I continue doing it. we're working on it. And this is at least right now my way of like making it okay is like, if I'm going to put off writing that email all day anyways, then I might as well just go spend 4 hours fucking frolicking in a meadow, if that's what's going to bring me joy, than sitting with my laptop open writing one sentence every 20 minutes. If the email's still going to get written at fucking 5:15 and go out right at the last minute anyways, right? Mama says, yes, ADHD, freeze until the very second before the buzzer. Right, and why do you think we're going so hard with chili at the very end of it? I didn't want this. I wanted to sell them all in the first 3 days, and I'm like, "Okay, we're gonna sell them all in the final 3 days?" But how Roxy is that? And again, you know, this is more 3D talk. We're not much I'm not talking about flipping in this moment. I'm talking about 3D just because whatever. Um That's how it's kind of turned out, but, like, that's kind of how I've always operated my entire life, and so that's me, and it is something that I'm working on, and, you know, deciding how much of that is carried over into my ideal. How much of that does my ideal actually do? Mama says ADHD is impressive that way. You know, you thank you, mama. It is impressive that way. Like, should I have been writing this term paper all semester long? That's why it's called a term paper. Yeah, probably. Am I going to stay up all night the night before it's due and do it anyways? Yep. So, anyways, Bryce is like, now I want to frolic. It is frolicking time. So, Felicia, I hope that answered your question. Again, I would suggest trying to take more off your plate, maybe prioritizing things, maybe adding in more stuff that you want to actually do. And you know, sprinkling more of the stuff that brings you joy throughout the day. Yes, he said, I love that message. Get to do's and have to do's. I'm going to hold on to that. Yeah, that's something that came in meditation. And also, like, they really, really, really wanted me to understand that it's not just like there's some things we have to do and there's some things we get to do. It is 50-50. That was the main message they kept showing me because they showed me the yin and yang, and then they showed me the bicycle revolution, right? It's 50% have to do, 50% get to do. 50% have to do, 50% get to do. So if your ratio is out of whack, then that's somewhere that you want to look, right? Because we should be getting to do as much as we want, not always feeling like we have to do constantly. There's no peace and like joy in always having to do. I know for me that's like a death sentence. Have to do. Ugh. I wanna feel like I get to do what I do, not that I have to do what I'm doing. Mama says we should get to live life and not do life. Yes, absolutely. We get to live life. Mimi, change that story. Change that story. Change the way that change the story that of how they see you. Felicia says it doesn't help that I'm an overthinker, so I start in one place and then find myself starting multiple things at once. Felicia, same. Girl, same. I so feel you. I so feel you. And like I understand, and it's annoying. I like I get it. I really do. But the also thing is like have a little grace for yourself, a little forgiveness. And you know, if you have a little bit of forgiveness for yourself and understand that like okay, sometimes this might happen, but I'm going to do my best to mitigate this being like my norm. Like I'm not going to always overload my plate, or I'm not going to always fill my schedule with a bunch of have to do's and no get to do's. So if you now understand this ratio, if you can start switching up and doing 50% have to's and 50% get to's, if you could organize your life into 50% get to's and 50% have to's, and then watch yourself for when you're overloading and not allowing yourself to overload. The other thing is like sometimes stuff is on your plate that doesn't need to be on your plate. Can you delegate it? Number 1, and number 2, do you actually even want or need that in your life or on your plate? And then number 3 is allowing yourself to do what feels right when you're feeling paralyzed. Because this is the one thing, and listen, this takes also practice because sometimes when you're paralyzed, even doing the thing you want to do, you're paralyzed from doing. But it's easier to go do the thing you want to do than to do something you don't want to do, obviously, right? Especially when you're in those moments. So, and I literally I feel like I'm making content about this right now. I just talked about this yesterday, and then I have another one coming today on Instagram. So what I want to say is that can you schedule in time to finish some of your projects? You sound so much like me, Felicia. Like, I'm not even joking. I'm like, when's your birthday? What side are you? Are we the same person? Oh, shoot. Tara's calling me. Okay, hold on. Let me call her back in just a second. Hi, I'm on live stream. Can I call you back in like 5 minutes? Okay, I'll talk to you soon. Okay, bye. That was Miss Chillosaurus Rex herself. By the way, Chillosaurus Rex is voiced by Tara Strong. You may recognize her as the voice of Bubbles, Powerpuff Girl, Batgirl, Raven, Harley Quinn, Dill Pickle from freaking Rugrats. She's the official voice of Chili, and everybody that receives that purchases a chili gets chili affirmations voiced by Tara. And eventually those are going to be used in, my husband's been working on animations. We're going to do versions of chili where we squeeze her foot and it says those affirmations. For now, we're just going to send them to everybody. So you'll get those as well. But that happens when you purchase a chili. She's voiced by Tara Strong. And come on, she's the coolest chick ever. So Maureen says, I wonder if I have ADHD. Girl, you might. And that's okay. Because we still it is a superpower. And Tiffany says, woohoo, just casually get a call from a celebrity mid live stream. Like, this is our life, right? This is our life. BigBeautifulDreams.com coming true. So do more of what makes you happy. Schedule in more of what you enjoy. Love and light. Did you purchase a chili? Did you send your email to Leanne? To hello@roxytalks.com? Whew, I just got really hot. Whew. Where's my fan? I don't have one. I have to use this mirror. And we're going to switch over to TikTok here in just a second. Thank you, Mohammed. Appreciate you. Anybody that's purchased a chili and emailed to Leanne, if you haven't got a question answered, can you please just real fast say me in the chat just so I know? Obviously, I need to call this person back. I need to call her and talk about chili for a second. So if I haven't gotten you yet, type me in the chat if you've already purchased one. We're caught up unless you didn't get the receipt. Okay. So what I'm going to do, Tiffany says, OMG, I saw this quote about this for me. Oh, you said this earlier. I didn't even see this. You're paralyzed by too many desires. Your mind wants 1,000 things at one time, making it difficult to move at all. Choose one thing and focus on it. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Okay. Killer Pop Tart's like, I don't have TikTok. No. Okay. Well, I'm going to go on, I'll be live on Instagram tomorrow, and I'm going to be bouncing between Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and excuse me, potentially, Facebook over the next 4 days. And I'm doing the same thing. Any question, if you want questions answered, all chili purchases will get a question answered. So I'm going to take a few minutes and talk to, my friend here, and then I'm going to pop over on TikTok. I just realized we didn't give homework this week, did we? What do I want your homework to be? Ooh, okay. I want you to make a list of get-to-dos and have-to-dos. I want you to make a list of, like, in your schedule, what are some things that you have to do? Like, what do you have to do to make to get the energy moving forward? Leanne's like, it only took me a second to sign up for TikTok. Yay, Leanne. Maybe you guys can sign up for TikTok and join us over there. What are the things in your schedule that you have to do, that you feel like you have to do? Write that list out first, and then I want you to make sure. Maureen. Okay, Maureen. Maureen, do you have TikTok or I just saw your message was retracted. Let me know if you have TikTok because we can continue the convo over there. I want you to make a list of your have to do's, and then I want you to make sure that your get to do side has just as many. So make sure that there is an even number at least, and then if not more, and maybe add some more on the get to do side so that you have something to do and to go toward when it feels like you can't move forward. Okay. So this will help with the paralysis. If anyone's feeling the paralysis, I want you to make a list of all your have to do's. And if you find something that comes up during the week that you didn't put on your list, put it on your have to do's and then create a new get to do and counter it with something that would be fun for you to do, either instead of that or just because you want to do something fun. Maureen, yes. So Maureen, if you can, let me know if you emailed the receipt to hello at Roxy Talks and if you have a TikTok. We might be able to continue the conversation over there. You'd be my first question over on TikTok. Okay. Maureen. All right. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to jump off this live stream. You have your homework. Maureen, I want you to email your receipt to hello at roxytalks.com. Okay. You didn't send the receipt. Maureen, do you have TikTok? What I'm going to do, you do have TikTok. Okay. Join us on TikTok, and I'm going to answer your question first, Maureen. You'll be my very first one. I'm going to take maybe like 15 minutes to take a break. I'm going to call my friend here, and then I'm going to pop up on TikTok. You're going to be my very first question. Email your receipt to hello at roxytalks.com, and I'll make sure that you're the first question. Join me on TikTok when we go live, and let's see, it's 4:27. How about we say... All right. How about we say between 15 and I'm going to try for 15. And it just, if I'm not quite at 15, I'm still coming. Okay. So, I appreciate you. Just be patient with me. Maureen, I got you up first on deck on TikTok. And if you're here, please join us on the next live stream in just like 15, 20 minutes. I'll be over there. Mama says, see you at 7. Yeah, I know. And it's 444. We're going to try to get there at 444. Between 444 and 5 PST. You never know. Sometimes you never know. But I'll be there in a few. So minimum 15, max 30. I'm looking at the clock. I'm like, okay. But anyways, between 15 and a half an hour, I will be back on TikTok. Maureen, you are first on deck. Make sure you email your receipt for chili to hello at roxytalks.com. My TikTok handle is Roxy Talks. So it's just at Roxy Talks. And I'll see you guys soon. Everyone's like, I'll see you at 5 your time. Yeah. My TikTok name is Roxy Talks, just like my Instagram name. I did get my Instagram back, by the way. So it's just regular old Roxy Talks. Regular old Roxy Talks, ROXYTALKS. Roxy Talks on TikTok. And I'll see you there, everybody. And Leanne's dropping the link in the chat. So I'll be there in a few. I love you guys so much. And I'll see you in a few. Have a good one. We're all raising our vibrations together. You have the power. I believe in you. Bye.